Hello children, welcome to our today's session. Today we will be having civics subject, that is social and political life part 1. So social and political life part 1 will be for your 6th standard, again social and political life part 2 will be for 7th standard and part 3 will be for 8th standard. So today this year we are going to see social and political life part 1, and today's name of the lesson is diversity and discrimination. So children, in the last lesson we have read about diversity, right? You have gone through the lesson about diversity. So what do you mean by diversity? Diversity means variety, right? Diversity means variety, differences. So these differences, as you know, India is always called a country of diverse, right? India is a diverse country, like that we say, many times we say that India is a diverse country. Why do we say this? We say this because of varieties. Varieties are found in India, right? Varieties in flora and fauna means there are hundreds and thousands types of plants, animals are found here in India. Again, there are varieties in languages spoken, different languages, near about 1600 mother tongues are spoken in our country. Again, there are varieties in religions followed by the people of India. Again, we have food, okay? Different types of food styles are adopted in different areas of our country. Again, then it is in terms of flora, fauna, religion, caste, languages, all this there are differences in all this. So we call India as a diverse country. And even you have seen in lesson 1 how Samir, okay, Samir 1 and Samir 2, both were, though the name is same, they both were friends, they belong to different religion, okay. And so in this lesson what we are going to see, in this lesson we are going to see how this diversity, how these differences, okay, differences in your looking, in your appearance, in your color, in your caste, differences regarding your caste, religion, how these differences leads to discrimination. So discrimination means unjust treatment given to you based on your religion or your caste or your gender or your color. Okay, so this lesson, here in this lesson we are going to see how this diversity, it leads to discrimination. So children, before starting this lesson we will see some, we are going to see some important words, okay, which you should know, like vocabulary. So which you are going to come across in this lesson. So first, what do you mean by diversity? Diversity means, as just now I have told you, diversity means varieties, okay. It means differences in religion, caste, languages, your living styles, your professions, your occupations, etc. So what these are some important words, vocabularies which you are going to come across your lesson. So you should know the meanings of these important words. Again, diversity means variety. It also means differences in, these varieties may be in religions, it may be caste, languages spoken, living style, professions, food we eat, and place, it also even the place where we live, geographical areas, it depends. Again, we are going to come across what do you mean by prejudice. So prejudice means, children, prejudice means judging the people negatively, okay, or seeing them inferior. So what do you mean by prejudice? Prejudice means judging the people, always judging the people negatively, it is called as prejudice. Or seeing some seeing some people as inferior than you. For example, we can say opinions about rural and urban people. Like rural people, what we always believe, the people living in cities or towns, what they feel, that rural areas people, they are always superstitious, right? They are ignorant, they are dirty. But is this true? No, this is not always true, but we have judged them like this only, like negatively we have judged them, ki the rural people are like this only. So this means we are creating prejudice. Again, and what these rural people think about urban people? They feel that urban people are money minded, means they don't want to waste much money, then they are lazy and they are cunning. So, these are some images that we have created, okay, some negative images which we have created, which we have judged about the rural and urban people. So, this is just one small example which I have given you to understand what do you mean by prejudice. So, what do you mean by prejudice? Prejudice means judging the people negatively or seeing them inferior. Okay. Now, next word which you will come across is stereotype. So, this stereotype means, what do you mean by this stereotype? Stereotype means when we fix an image of a person or of a groups. Okay. This image can be positive or it can be negative also. So, when we fix an image of persons or of or groups of people or groups, then we create stereotype about them. And what are the sources from which we fix such an images are by looking at TV, by reading the books, from movies are some of the sources of stereotype. One example I will like to explain, that is, for example, boys. Okay. Mostly what is the positive stereotype about boys? Many people, okay, what we say that boys don't cry, right? Again we say boys are good at sports. So, is it true? We say boys don't cry, but is it true that boys don't cry? No, it is not true. Even boys, they have emotions, they do cry, but it is an image which we have created that boys don't cry at all. And again we always say that boys are good at sports, whereas even girls are good at sports, but we do not say, normally we say boys are good at sports. Means these are the images which we have created about boys. Again, what is the negative image we have created about the boys is, boys are always naughty, boys are always careless, right? We say na boys, they are always naughty and they are very careless. Again for girls, what images we have created? Girls, we say they are good at cooking, they take care of parents, but it is not that all girls are good at cooking. Some like cooking, some do not like cooking, but still we have an image that girls are good at cooking. We never say boys are good at cooking. Again, what is the negative image we have created about girls? That they are not good at sports, they are not good at maths subject, and again shopping, etc. So, we feel that girls, they are not good at sports, means we have just created this image that girls, they are never good at sports, but whereas this is wrong also. Nowadays many girls, they are achieving so many medals, okay, in the sports. Again, what one more image what we created is, they are not good in maths, only boys, they can solve the sums, they are very excellent in maths, like that we have created, but this is not true. Even the girls are excellent in maths. So, these are some images which we have created, okay, which we have fixed in our mind, and thus these images, they are called as stereotype. Now, next definition is discrimination. So, what do you mean by discrimination? Even your lesson name is diversity and discrimination. So, what do you mean by discrimination? Discrimination, it takes place when someone is treated worse than other people due to gender, race, disability, color, religion, age, etc. So, discrimination means, children, an unjust treatment, okay, unfair treatment given to you or given to some persons because of categories, because of on the ground, because of their color or because of their gender or because of their place where they are living. So, all based on all these things, sometimes we do not treat the people equally. So, this is called discrimination, we are discriminating them. So, when we treat people based on prejudice or stereotype, okay. So, when we treat people based on prejudice or stereotype, wait children, yeah. So when we treat people based on this prejudice or stereotype, then we treat them differently. That leads to discrimination. Means what leads to discrimination? When we treat the people, okay, based on the prejudice or stereotype, means when we have fixed an image, a negative image in our mind that this boy or this girl is like this only, then automatically what happens, these opinions, these things, they become, we start discriminating them. Okay. For example, preventing people from taking water from the same well. See, many times it happens in the villages. Nowadays it is not seen, though it has been abolished, but we see even in the olden days this was followed, that people, some people, they were prevented from taking water from the same well. Again, poor people or some people were not allowed to drink tea in the same cup or glasses, etc. So you must have come across even this in your houses. Okay, many of you, when the maushis, okay, when they come to our house to clean, or they to clean the house like that, then what do? We keep cups different for them. We don't give tea or water in the same cups which we drink, right? We give them in another cups. We keep some different cups for them. So it means we are discriminating these people. So these were some few important words, vocabularies which you should know the meaning. Okay. So first one is diversity, which means variety. Again, prejudice means judging the people negatively or seeing them inferior. Again, third one, stereotype means when we fix an image of a person or a group, okay, that is called a stereotype. And last one, discrimination means treating an unjust treatment given to somebody, okay, of different categories of people on the ground of age, race, religion, etc. or gender. So these were some few words which you are going to come in this lesson. So children, now we are going to read the lesson. Okay. So just open your book. Now we are going to see this lesson. Lesson number 2, diversity and discrimination. In this chapter, we will try and explore how the experiences are related to the society we live in. We will look at how they are connected to the inequalities and that exist around us. So difference and prejudice, children. Okay. As you know, you must be knowing that there are 8 major religions. Okay. So what are these 8 that are followed in the world? What are these 8 major religions that 8 major religions followed in the whole world is Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism and some other local religions that are followed in the whole world. So there are many things that make us what we are. Okay. What we are, how we are, it depends on many things. It depends on how we live, right? The languages we speak, what do we eat, the dresses we wear, the games we play and the things we celebrate. So all these things, it makes us what we are. All of these things are influenced by both by geography and history of the place where we live. So you will get an idea of how diverse India is if you look even briefly at the following statement. Means children, see, though there are 8 major religions just now as I have told you. Okay. So every single religion is followed in India. Means we Indians, we follow in our country. There are people who follow, there are means all these 8 religions are followed in our country. Means only India must be like only India must be like that, like where all these 8 religions are followed. No other countries follow such all these religions. So every single one of them is practiced in India. We have more than 1600 languages that are the people's mother tongues. So mother tongues means our local languages like Marathi, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, These are our local languages. So, more than 1600 local languages are found in India, means people they speak more than 1600 languages in our country, and there are more than 100 dance forms. So, if we follow more than 100 dance forms are followed in India. So, children, see how much diverse is there in our country, right? So many religions are followed in our country, so many dance forms are there, so many languages, mother tongues are spoken in our country. So, yet there is, in spite of such a diversity, but it is not always celebrated. Is it celebrated? Do we celebrate all this? No, we do not celebrate. Why? Because we feel uncomfortable, right? If suppose you are suppose you are a Maharashtrian, okay, you are staying in Solapur, and if you are sent to Assam, okay. So, if you are sent to Assam, will you be comfortably living there? Would you like to, will you live there? Will you enjoy that climate, that people, their food? No, we do not enjoy, right? We don't like, we are just stick to our own religion, our own food, type of food, our clothes. So, in spite of this diversity, we feel safe and secure with people who look, who talk, who dress and think like us, means we like to mingle with only the people who look like us or who eat food like us, who talk like us, who dress like us and who think like us. Only with that people, in that group we like to mix up, we do not like to mix up with other peoples. So, sometimes when we meet people who are very different from us, we may find them strange and unfamiliar, right? Right or not? Sometimes what happens, if we meet people who are different from us, okay, then what do we feel? We feel very strange and we are unfamiliar. So, at times we do not understand or know the reason why they are different from us. People also form certain attitudes and opinions about others who are not like them. So, sometimes what happens, we start feeling some opinions, right? We start creating some opinions, some attitudes about these other people who are not like us. For example, here one column is there, below are some statements on people living in rural and urban areas. So, tick mark those that you agree, okay. Here are some some statements of people in rural and urban areas. So, about rural people, what they have given? They have given more than 50% of all Indians live in villages. So, it will depend on you children, okay. You have to tick here, because the opinions may be different for all of us. Some may agree, some may not agree. So, more than 50% of all Indians live in villages? Yes, correct. Villages do not care about their health, they are full of superstitions. Is it correct? Your answer may be yes, or your answer may not be yes, okay. So, you do what you feel, right. What I feel is villages do not care about that. No, I feel that this is wrong. Villagers, now even the villages are literate, they are educated, they do take care of their health. Again, people in villages are backward and lazy, they do not like to work. Is it correct? No, they are not lazy, they work very hard, they work in the fields. In peak harvesting and plantation season, families spend 12 to 14 hours working in the fields. So, what do you say about this? Yes, it is correct. During harvesting season, they spend 14 hours, near about 14 hours working in the fields. Again, villages are dirty and not hygienic. Is it correct? Do you agree with this sentence? Villages are dirty and not hygienic? No, I think it is wrong. They are hygienic and they are not dirty, okay. Now, these are some statements about urban people living in towns or cities. So, what is the statement given? Life in the city is easy, people here are spoilt and lazy. Is it correct? Is it true? Life in the city is easy? No, it is not easy, it is true. Even the people living in cities, they have to struggle for their work, they have to go for such a long distance for their jobs. So, and they are not spoilt and lazy. In cities, families spend very little time with each other. So, of course, what do you think about this sentence? Families spend very little time with each other. So, I do agree with this sentence because they do not get time, the parents, they do not get time for their children also, because they go early in the morning for their job and they come late at night. So, that is why they can't spend it. Most of the families, they do not spend much time with each other. So, this may be true for some families, may not be true for some families. Again, people in towns only care about money, not about people. So, again I do not agree with this sentence, so I will say wrong. Next, living in a city is expensive. A large part of people's earning is spent on rent and transport. So, this is correct. Okay. The life in the city is really very expensive. They have to, the people who are not having houses, homes, they have to spend a lot on for their rent and transportation or transport. Daily they have to go for work. So, daily they have to spend a lot of money on for their transport. Again, city people cannot be trusted, they are cunning and corrupt. So, do you agree that people living in towns or cities are cunning in nature, they are not trusted? No, this is wrong. It will not apply for all the persons, all people living in cities. So, these are some statements which we feel about the people which we have, these are some opinions which many of us have regarding urban and rural people. Now, next, some of the statements above see villagers as dirty, ignorant and superstitious, and see people in cities as money minded, lazy and cunning. So, when our opinions about certain people are always negative, okay. So, when our opinions about certain people are always negative, seeing them as lazy, cunning, stingy, as some of the statements above, then these become prejudices that we carry about them. What do you mean by prejudice? Just now I said a negative opinion, okay, about some people. Always we are thinking some negative about a certain people, then these opinions, they become prejudices that we carry with us. Okay, even this may happen with you in your class also. You may feel some person of your friends, you may create some negative image about your friends, and the same thing you may carry with you for the whole year. So, this is what prejudice means. So, what do you mean by prejudice? Prejudice means to judge other people negatively or to see them as inferior than you. You feel you are only superior, you are much better than that, than your friend. He cannot do anything, he cannot do what you can do. Okay. So, it means you are creating a negative image about your friend. So, this is called as a prejudice. When we think that only one particular way is the best and right way to do things, we often end up not respecting others who may prefer to do things differently. For example, if we think English is the best language and other languages are not important, then if we are judging these other languages negatively. So, in your class, school also, in your classes also, sometimes only one subject you like most, okay, you like for example, English is your favorite subject, right. Then what happens, you give more importance to English and you feel that English is the best language and rest all other languages are inferior, right. Then rest other languages are not superior like English. So, you start judging these subjects, these languages as negatively. Then as a result what happens? So, we start neglecting these languages, we do not give much respect to the people who do not speak languages other than English. We disrespect the people who do not like to speak English language, and we give more importance to only those people who speak in English. So, we can be prejudiced about many things. So, this was one example regarding your subject. So there can be many other things which you can be prejudiced, like people's religious beliefs, the color of their skin, okay, the region they come from, the accent they speak in, the clothes they wear, etc. Often our prejudices about others are so strong that we do not want to form friendships with them. At times we may even act in ways that hurt them. Hurt them means sometimes even we try to hurt them, okay. We do not like our prejudice about this, about our friends or someone in your class is so strong that you do not want to make friendship with them, and you start hurting your friends. This is what prejudice means. Now our next topic is creating stereotypes. All of us are what do you mean by stereotype, children? Stereotype means when we fix an image of a person or groups, we create stereotypes. Stereotype means when we fix an image, okay, of some people, of certain people or a group of people, then what do? We create stereotype about them, and this can be by looking this can come from by looking TVs or from books, reading the books, or watching the movies, etc. So creating stereotypes, all of us are familiar with gender differences, right? Gender differences means girl or boy. So what does it mean to be a boy or girl? Many of you would say we are born as boys and girls. It is a given. What is there to think about? So let us see if this is the case. Now here are some statements below, which you have to arrange the statements in two different columns, okay, in the column of girls and in the column of boys. Now see, these are some statements. They are well behaved. So they are well behaved. Where it will go, children? It will go in girls. What do you think? They are well behaved. It will go in girls or it will go in boys? It depends on you, okay. So I can write here they are well behaved for girls also, or you can write as for boys also. But mostly what many of us, what do we have? We have created an image, okay, regarding these groups, that girls are always well behaved, correct or not? So if somebody says they are well behaved, then immediately what do we think? We think about girls. So they are well behaved, it will come under girls. This is we have created a stereotype, we have created an image about the girls. They are soft spoken and gentle. Again this will come, again the same statement we have created for girls. They are physically strong. So they are physically strong. Where it will go, children? What do you think? Which image we have created about this? Girls or boys? Yes, it will. We always think that boys are always strong, physically strong. So this statement we will put here, right? They are naughty. Again, they are naughty means what do we think? Girls or boys? We feel that boys are always naughty. Again, they are good at dance and painting. So this statement, most of us think that girls are always good at dance and painting. Again, they don't cry. So they don't cry. If suppose your friend, one of a boy starts crying in the class, then what do the other boys do? They start teasing them, right? Arre tu kyun ro raha hai? Like this, right? Arre tu ladki hai kya, tu rone ko? Like the sentences we say, means these are the images which we have created that boys don't cry. Okay. So this sentence, boys don't cry. They are rowdy. Again, whom we feel rowdy, girls or boys? Boys. They are good at sports. So here even the girls are good at sports. They are good at cooking. So what I feel that even boys, some boys are good at cooking, but we have created image that girls are always good at cooking. Then they are emotional. Again here what we feel that girls are always emotional. So these are some sentences which now you have to choose, okay. This was what I told, but you have to choose what you feel and you have to write these sentences, okay. This is your homework. Then we will continue our lesson, children. in our next session. So just go through whatever we have read. Today we have read about prejudice and stereotype. Go through this lesson and do this column, okay, do this homework. Then we will meet you in the next session. Till then, goodbye.